In music, using different styles, the Sikh kirtans are rendered in the rag and tal of Indian classical music. In the Guru Granth Sahib, the notation of 31 rags of classical music has been supplied with necessary particulars. Music is the soul of any culture, and India has had a long tradition of musical ingenuity. Literary traces of music can be found for the first time 2000 years ago in the Vedic times. All the seven notes of the rag har 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 priya can be found in descending order in some way. There are three main pillars of Indian classical music: rag, tal, and swar. Music is the language of soul, and dance is the finest expression of human feelings. Music is the art based on organization of different sounds in India in time. A music sound can be distinguished from other sounds on the basis of four main properties, which are pitch, tone, amplitude, and length and periodicity. Indian vocal music: Dhrupas, Khayal, Tarana, Thumri, Tappa, Qawwali, Kirtan, Harikatha, Rabindra Sangeet, and Ghazals. Music: Gharanaj, Gwalior Gharana, Kirana Gharana, जयपुर अतरौली घराना, रामपुर सासवान घराना, पटियाला and Banaras घराना. Indian music can be classified into three parts: classical music, folk music, fusion music. In classical music, मार्गी संगीत निबंध, देशीय संगीत अनुबंध. In देशीय संगीत अनुबंध, Hindustani music, Carnatic music. A fusion genre of music is the combination of two or more genres of music. Sitar maestro Pandit Ravi Shankar was the first person to popularize Indian music at the world level. Theatre. It has been postulated that the excavated ruins at Itavena and Jogimara caves represent the world's oldest amphitheatres. Theatre in India began as a narrative art form which it encompassed a con- concoction of music, dance, and acting. Recitation, dance, and music were integral parts of theatre. The Sanskrit word natak was derived from the root word nat, which actually means a dancer. Characters in Sanskrit plays were important. They were broadly classified into three kinds, which are Nayak, hero or protagonist, Naika, heroine, and the Vidusak clone. India boasts of a rich tradition of folk theatre in various parts of India. The traditional folk theatre reflects the various aspects of the local lifestyle, including social norms, beliefs, and customs. Types of folk theatre: ritual theatre, Anika Nat, Ramlila, Raslila, Bhuta, and Ramman. Theatre of entertainment: Bhavi, Garuda, Jatra, March, Pauda. South Indian theatre: Burra Katha, Vailata, Theyyam, Purvanji. Farsi theatre, regional theatre of Bengal, Prithvi Theatre or modern Indian theatre, Sangeet Natak Academy established on 1952 to promoting performing arts including theatre, oldest surviving Sanskrit theatre of all the ancient Sanskrit theatre forms. Only Kodiyattam from Kerala has managed to survive. It lived with temple precincts, more specifically in the homes of the Chakyars and Nambiyars, the two communities who were its practitioners. It is since Kodiyattam emerged from temples to occupy the public stage as an entertaining theatre form. It is officially recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. Facing problem, the more than 1,000-year-old theatre form has just around 100 practitioners. The lack of patronage, talented repertoire, etc. Drama. Drama is a narrative art from combining acting, music, dance, etc. Bharat Muni, the author of Natyashastra, is often called the father of Indian drama. Drama is a variant of performance art in which stories are enacted by using dialogue, dance, music, and acting. A number of great drama writers were there in India during the ancient age. Among them was Kalidas, Visarath, Sutraka, Bhairavi, and Bhavati were the most prominent ones. Ashwaghosh was the first playwright in Indian history. The origin of Indian drama took place in the age of Rigveda. The Vijayanagar ruler Krishnadev Rai wrote a Sanskrit drama called Jambavati Kalayanam. The Chauhan king Vikraraj composed Harkeli Natak, a drama in Sanskrit language. Bhasha was one of the earliest playwrights in India. King Harshvardhan wrote a drama named Ratnavali. Sudrak was the author of Amrit Chatika Chatikam. Vishakdatt wrote Mudraksh and Devichandra Guptam. Kalidas wrote Abhigyan Sakuntalam. Malvika Nitram and Vikram Rovashyam. Painting. The history of painting can be traced through the ancient and medieval period where the books were illustrated with paintings. The history of paintings can be known from primitive rock paintings of Himbetak, Mirzapur, and Panchmarhi. The work on the walls or a solid structure are referred to as murals. These have existed in India since ancient times and can be dated between 10th century BC and 10th century AD. The history of painting can be traced through the ancient and medieval period where the books were illustrated with paintings. Then came the miniature style and dominated the Mughal and Rajput courts. Classification of Indian paintings. Mural paintings in India. The work on the walls or a solid structure are referred to as murals. These have existed in India since ancient times and can be dated between 10th century BC and 10th century AD. The beauty and the existence of mural paintings can be seen in places like Ajanta, Arma Malai Cave, Raman Chai Rock Shelter, Bagh Caves, Sita Navasal Caves, and Kailash Temple in Ellora. Most of the mural paintings are either in natural caves or in rock-cut chambers. Miniature paintings in India. The term miniature is derived from the Latin word minimum, which means red lead paint. This paint was often used in the illuminated manuscripts during the Renaissance, Renaissance period. The paintings should not be larger than 25 square inch. The subject of the painting would be painted in not more than one-sixth of the actual size. In these paintings, very fine details were portrayed by the painter. If a miniature painting is observed under a magnifying glass, more details become visible. Under the patronage of Jahangir, remarkable progress in the field of painting was witnessed. Under Shah Jahan, painting attained technical perfection, but they were without real beauty and emotions. Martial art traditions. The term martial art refers to creativity exhibited by warriors while fighting against their opponents. These warriors use different gestures, postures, and techniques to overcome the challenge of their opponents. The martial arts need to acquire knowledge of Marmashastra. It is the study of vulnerable spots in human body. These vulnerable spots of the opponents are targeted during fights. Dhanurved, Rigved of Rigved, contains reference of different forms of artistic skills required by archers. Agni Puran explains the art of warfare in five detailed parts. One of the oldest martial arts in India, Kalaripayattu, although practiced in most parts of southern India, originated in the state of Kerala around 3rd century BC. This art form includes mock duels, armed and um, under, underarm combat, and physical exercises. Silambam, a kind of staff fencing, is a modern and scientific martial art of Tamil Nadu. One of the most ancient martial arts of Manipur, Chaive Gadga, involves fighting using a sword and a shield. Gatka is a weapon-based form of martial arts. Masti Yudh is an unarmed form of martial art. Fairs and festivals. Festivals and fairs form an intrinsic part of Indian culture, being an outpouring medium of our beliefs and emotions. Diwali or Deepavali. It is the festival of light celebrated on new moon Amavasya day in the month of Kartik. Holi. It is the festival of colors and is celebrated by people across the religion. Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr. The festival falls after the last day of the holy month of Ramzan, which is the ninth month of the Islamic calendar, Christmas. This day is celebrated all across the world as the birth anniversary of Jesus Christ. Bihu, the state festival of Assam, Bohag Bihu, is celebrated to symbolize the beginning of Assamese New Year around 13 to 14 April, associated with farming. Pongal. Pongal is 4-day harvest festival celebrated by Tamils around the world. It is celebrated in January and marks the beginning of the Uttarayan, that is 6 month northward journey of the sun. Odam. Odam, the state festival of Kerala, falls in the beginning of the month of Chigam, the first month of the Malayalam calendar. It is mainly a harvest festival, but it also celebrates the homecoming of mighty Ashut King Mahabali from Patal, the underground. Hornbill Festival. It is one of the major festivals celebrated in Nagaland. It is a 10-day festival that begins on 1st December every year. All the tribes showcase their talent and cultural vividness through costumes, weapons, bows and arrows, and headgears of the clans. Cheroga Festival. This festival is celebrated all across the state of Manipur as it is the new year according to Manipuri tribes. Wangala Festival, the Hundred Drums Festival, the dominant Garo tribe primarily celebrated in Meghalaya. The festival indicates the beginning of winter and is celebrated as a nod to the post-harvest season. Fairs. A fair is a temporary gathering of people for a variety of activities which may be religious, entertainment, or commercial. Kumbh Mela. The Kumbh Mela is the largest religious gathering in the world. Every day, millions of people come to take a dip in the holy river. The Mela gathering is held on a rotational basis at four auspicious pilgrimage sites: Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nasik, and Ujjain. Sonpur Mela. It is one of the largest cattle fairs in Asia. The Mela is held in Sonpur, Bihar, at the confluence of the river Ganga and the Gandar. It usually takes place in November on the Kartik Purnima. It is the only fair where large numbers of elephants are sold. Pushkar Fair or Pushkar Mela is an annual fair in Pushkar, Rajasthan, starting on the day of Kartik Purnima and lasts for about a week. It is one of the largest camel and cattle fairs in the world. When the festival actually begins, events like camel races, hostage competitions, turban tying competitions, dancing and camel riding, etc. take center stage. Ambubachi Mela. This is an annual fair held at Kamakhya Temple in Guwahati, Assam. It is organized during the monsoon season. It is also known as the Tantric Fertility Festival or Amity Festival because it is based on the cult of Tantric Shakti. Statue of Unity. It is the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. It is located on the banks of river Narmada at Kevadia in Gujarat. It is the world's tallest statue. Its height is 182 meters. It was designed by Ram V. Sutar. He is a famous Indian sculptor, cost 50 lakhs visitors since its inauguration in 2018. The geometrically designed base is situated on its own Tiwari island and is linked to the main landmass by a bridge for vehicles and pedestrians. The state, the Statue of Unity (SOU) will be the highest statue in the world at 182 meters from the road entry and 208.5 meters from the river entry, surpassing China's 153-meter tall Spring Temple Buddha and standing nearly twice as tall as the Statue of Liberty in New York. It is capable of enduring wind gusts of over 220 km per hour while enduring earthquakes 6.5 on the Richter scale or greater. The Statue of Unity is a true feat of engineering. It honors the engineering prowess of India. The bronze statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, created by Indian sculptor Ram Vishwatar, stands almost 50 stories tall and rests on a base with three tiers, setting a world record for height. Statue of Equality. The Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi dedicated to the nation of the Statue of Equality in Hyderabad on 5th February 2022. The 216 feet tall Statue of Equality commemorates the 11th century Bhakti saint Sri Ramanujacharya, who promoted the idea of equality in all aspects of living, including faith, caste, and creed. The statue is made of Panchaloha, a combination of five metals: gold, silver, copper, brass, and zinc, and is among one of the tallest metallic statues in sitting position in the world. It is mounted on a 54 feet high base building named Bhadravedi, has floors devoted for Vedic Digital Library and Research Center, ancient Indian texts, a theatre, an educational gallery detailing many works of Sri Ramanujacharya. The statue has been conceptualized by Sri Chinna Jayar Swami of Sri Ramanujacharya Ashram. During the program, 3D representation mapping on the life journey and teaching of Sri Ramanujacharya was showcased. Prime Minister visited the identical recreations of 108 Divya Desams, ornately carved temples that surrounded the Statue of Equality. Sri Ramanujacharya worked tirelessly for the upliftment of people with the spirit of every human being equal regardless of nationality, gender, race, caste, or creed. The inauguration of the Statue of Equality is a part of the 12th day Sri Ramanuj Sahasrabdi Samaroham, the, the ongoing 1000th birth and anniversary celebrations of Sri Ramanujacharya. Kartarpur Corridor. It is a visa-free cross-border corridor that connects Gurudwara Darbar Sahib located in Pakistan and the Indian border. The length of the corridor is 4.7 km. It connects Dera Baba Nanak Town, Gurdaspur district of Punjab, Indian Punjab, with Kartarpur Narowal district, Pakistan, Punjab. Guru Nanak died here in 1539. Bharti script. It has been developed by a team led by Srinivas Chakravarti. It is unified script combining nine Indian languages which are Devanagari, Gurumukhi, Bengali, Gujarati, Odia, Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada and Tamil. आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव is a series of events to be organized by the government of India to commemorate the 75th anniversary of India's independence. The Mahotsav will be celebrated as a Jan Utsav in the spirit of Jan Bhagidari. Amrit Mahotsav program began with Dandi March from Sabarmati Ashram. The march had a key role in furthering a spirit of pride and um, Atmanirbharta among India's people. It is a 75-week festival. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav has five pillars, namely freedom, struggle, ideas at 75, achievements at 75, actions at 75, and results at 75. This Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India who have not only been instrumental in bringing India thus far in its revolutionary journey, but also hold within them the power of potential to enable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of activating India 2.0, hold by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav being celebrated in the spirit of Jan Bhagidari 6 to showcase country's achievement of these 25 years to the world and also give a framework for results for the next 25 years. A large number of initiatives, both within and outside the country, have been taken up under this campaign. Dandi March to mark 75 years of independence. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 12th March flagged off the food march to reenact the historic Mahatma Gandhi-led Salt March while launching the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The government's initiative to mark 75 years of India's independence. The Padayatra is being undertaken by 81 persons on April 5. The march from Sabarmati Ashram in Ahmedabad to Dandi in Navsari district, a distance of 386 kilometers, will take them 25 days. For Indians. SALT represented honesty, trust, loyalty, labor, equality, and self-reliance. At that time, salt was a symbol of India's self-reliance. Along with the values of India, the British had also heard his self-reliance. Sangeet's Sangeet Sandhya program started as part of the 550 birth, birth anniversary celebrations of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Chauri Chaura centenary celebrations. This year marks 100 years of the Chauri Chaura incident, a landmark event in the country's fight for independence. Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. It is an initiative of Government of India to foster national integration by a coordinated mutual engagement process between states, urban tribes, central ministers, educational institutions, and general public through linguistic, literary, cultural, sports, tourism, and other forms of people-to-people exchanges. National War Memorial. The National War Memorial near India Gate in New Delhi is a fitting tribute to our soldiers who laid down their lives defending the nation post-independence. The National War Memorial also commemorates the soldiers who participated and made the supreme sacrifice in peacekeeping missions and counter-insurgency operations. The layout of the National War Memorial comprises four concentric circles, namely the Amar Chakra or Circle of Immortality, the Virta Chakra or Circle of Bravery, the Tyag Chakra or Circle of Sacrifice, and the Rakshak Chakra or Circle of Protection. National War Memorial represents the culmination of the collective aspiration of a grateful nation to pay a fitting tribute to the martyrs. Gandhi Circuit, Bihar. The government has announced development of Gandhi Circuit in Bihar to celebrate the centenary of the Champaran Satyagraha organized in 1917. The project has been named as the development of Gandhi Circuit. Bhitiharva Chandriya Tarpaulia under Rural Circuit theme of Swadesh Darshan Scheme. Pilgrimage, rejuvenation, and spiritual augmentation drive the Shah to identify and develop pilgrim states, pilgrim sites in India to improve religious tourism experience. Sanskriti Kumbh, a 29 days cultural extravaganza organized at Kumbh Mela area, Prayagraj, from 10th century, 10th January 2019. New campus of National Museum Institute inaugurated at Noida on 30th January 2019. The 20th edition of Bharat Rang Mahotsav, VRM, the International Theatre Festival of India, is organized by National School of Drama. Foundation stone of Taj View Garden on the Taj Corridor area between the Agra Fort and Taj Mahal in Agra was laid on 14th February 2019. The Azadi Ke Diwane Museum was inaugurated at Red Fort, Delhi on 4th March 2019. Spread of Indian religion and philosophy, spread of mathematics, astronomy and medical science, spread of Indian art and architecture, spread of Indian languages, spread of Indian games and leisure activities, chess and martial arts, Ludo, known as Kachishi in ancient times, Krida Patram, modern play cards, Kho-Kho, originated in the state of Maharashtra. Indian cinema, the Lumiere brothers, who are famous for as the inventors of cinematograph, brought the concept of motion pictures to India. They exhibited six soundless short films in Bombay in 1896, which managed to engross the audience. Shot by an unknown photographer in 1897, the first film was entitled Coconut Fair and Our Indian Empire. The first motion venture by an Indian was by Harishchandra Ghatwadekar, who was popularly known as Shiv Dada. Dada Saheb Phalke, who produced the film titled Raja Harishchandra in 1913, made the first indigenous Indian silent film. The era of silent films, the decade of 1910 to 1920, was dominated by silent films. The first Indo-British collaboration of making a silent movie was in 1912 by N.G. Chittre and R.V. Torney. Their film was titled Kundali Dada Saheb Phalke. who produced the film titled Raja Harishchandra in 1913, made the first indigenous Indian silent film, Age of Talking Film or Talkies. The first talking film was Alam Ara, which was directed by Ardeshir Irani in 1931. This film had a few memorable songs by W. M. Khan, who was India's first singer, and his song Dede Khuda Ke Naam Par was the first recorded song in Indian cinematic history. The golden era of Indian cinema, 1940 to 1960. Towards the late 1940s, Indian cinema picked up the new masala themed films depicting music, dance, and romance. Establishment of RK Studios gave boost to this new trend. This gave birth to a new phase of Indian films referred as the golden era of Indian cinema. The music industry became an integral part of the film fraternity. In the 1960s, several movies started using music as their unique selling point USP. Some of the notable ones were जिस देश में गंगा बहती है, starring Raj Kapoor, Dev Anand's guided, Yash Chopra's Waqt, etc. This period was witnessed to wars of 1962 and 1965, which became the subject of several nationalistic films, Hakikat, Aradhana, Sangam, etc. Classical decades of Indian cinema, 1970 to 1980. The films of this phase were characterized by a mixture of genres of romance and action. The term Bollywood was coined during the 1970s with the establishment of conventions of commercial Bollywood films CCVF. Phase of romantic cinema 1980 to 2000. Romantic movies and family dramas were also getting a huge audience. Three major actors of this period were Anil Kapoor, Jackie Shroff, and Govinda. LPG in 1990s allowed for advanced technology to come to India. My Dear Pratisatan was India's first 3D movie that was made in Malayalam. The Dolby sound system also introduced this time. New Bollywood phase of Indian cinema 1990 to present. Indian cinema, with its growing popularity, has become an inseparable part of the lives of people. South Indian cinema, the cinema of South India, can be used to refer collectively to the five film industries of South India: the Tamil, the Telugu, the Kannada, the Malayalam, and the Telugu. Coastal Karnataka film industries as a single entity, films based on socio-economic issues form a major component of South Indian cinema. World's largest movie poster ever, Karan Johar and S.S. Rajamouli's magnum opus Bahubali has entered the Guinness Book of World Records. Documentary filmmaker Kartiki Gonsalves and producer Guneet Monga won the Oscar for their short film The Elephant Whisperers. The film was applauded in the Best Documentary Short Film category. The film is based on the lives of Goman and Gillian, a couple from the Katunayakan tribe who devote their lives to the care of an orphaned baby elephant. The second Oscar was awarded to Indian musical composer M. M. Keeravani and lyrics lyristic Chandra Ghosh for their song Natu Natu from the movie RRR. The song won the honor in the Best Original Song category. The feature film is based on the life of a fearless revolutionary. Thank you.